Hi, usually the Minecraft launcher looks something like this, and you can load your worlds just fine. However, it can happen that a world all of a sudden disappears and can no longer be found within the world launcher. Then what do? Can you get it back, and how? Well, usually when a world disappears from the launcher, it is because it has been corrupted in some way. This can sometimes happen seemingly random, but can also be the result of your computer, for example, being turned off while Minecraft was saving something to the game's files, etc. However, regardless of the cause, there are a few ways of restoring a lost Minecraft world. Here I'm going to go through the two most common ones. The first one is pretty simple and has a somewhat lower success rate than the other one. That is a little more advanced, but instead has a higher success rate of restoring your lost world. First off, we're going to need to locate our missing world. We do this by, in Windows 10, clicking on the search icon down to the left and writing percentage followed by app data and then another percentage. And then we hit enter. Up the top, we now see a folder called .minecraft. If we click this, we'll see a few other folders, with one of them being named saves. In this folder, all our Minecraft worlds are saved, and here we also find our missing one that I've chosen to call Minecraft World. Before we do anything though, we're going to make a backup copy of our missing world. We do this by first creating a new folder. I'm going to call it backup. Then right click on our missing Minecraft world and select copy to copy it. And then we'll go into the newly created folder called backup and paste it. So now we have a backup copy of our world in case we mess something up. We now return to the original Minecraft folder and select the file called level.dat. And then we actually just delete this file. Now we're going to turn to the similarly named file level.dat_old and rename this file to level.dat, just like the one we just deleted. Level.dat_old is basically a backup of our level.dat file, and if the problem was located within that file, restoring it with the backup file can sometimes completely fix the issue. If we now jump over to our Minecraft window and click single player, we can actually see that our world now shows up like it should. And if you from here are able to launch the world like normal, you actually don't have to do anything anymore and can resume playing. Well done! If, however, your world does not show up, we're also going to go through the second way of restoring the world. Like I said earlier, this step is a bit more advanced, but as long as you follow the instructions, it shouldn't be any problem. The second way of restoring a world basically involves creating a new world and then replacing it with the old one to use the files of the new world to fix the old one. One important note to make here is that upon doing this, and if it is successful, you will unfortunately lose all your in-game inventory, both the stuff you were carrying and the things you've placed in chests, etc. The first thing we need to do is to get the so-called seed phrase out of the old world and use it to create the new world. This step is actually not mandatory, but I highly recommend doing it to avoid any odd errors within the new world. More specifically, chunk errors, that is basically deformations in the world that appears as big holes. We do not want those. Briefly, the seed phrase contains the basic layout of your old world, hence why it's good to have what we're going to do now. To get the seed, we're going to use a program called NBT Explorer. This program is free to download and use, and it is available for both Windows and macOS. I'll put a link to it in the video description. When the program is installed, we open it and it will immediately list what's in our Minecraft World's saves folder. Here we want to navigate to our folder called Backup, not the Minecraft World folder. We then select the Minecraft World within the backup folder, followed by level.dat, data, and then world gen settings. Down the bottom here, we can see the name seed followed by a long string of numbers. We now double click this and use Ctrl+C to copy the seed phrase. In this case, the whole number has a minus symbol in front of it, and if that is the case with your seed phrase, the minus symbol should also be copied along with the numbers. We now move back to our Minecraft window and select single player. We're now going to create a whole new world, and I'm going to choose to name it Help World. We first make sure that the game mode is the same as our missing world, in this case creative, and then we select more world options. Up the top, using Ctrl+V, we now paste our seed phrase. We leave the other settings as they are and then click Done, followed by Create New World. As soon as the world has loaded, we hit escape and select save and quit to title. If we now go back to our Minecraft saves folder, we can see that we have a new folder called help world. We enter this and then select the files level.dat, level.dat_old and session.log. If there is a file here called level.dat_mcr, you select this one as well. We then copy all the 3 or 4 files. We now want to paste these files into the folder of our missing world, so we navigate back to Minecraft world and press Ctrl V to paste them. On the question whether or not we want to replace the files, we say yes to all. And that is basically it. If we again move back to our Minecraft window and select single player, we now have 2 worlds showing up. They both seem to be named help world, but if we look a bit closer, we can see that the bottom one also says Minecraft world. We now select this world and push play selected world to launch it. And it actually works. Hopefully it does so to you as well. Something to note here is that your original spawn point will have also gone missing within this process, so you will be randomly dropped into the world and have to make your way back to where you actually built something. Here I was lucky enough to spawn pretty close to my little house, but this is completely random. To relocate the spawn point, the easiest way is to place a bed where you like it and then sleep in the bed, something that restores the spawn location to the bed. I hope you were able to recover your lost Minecraft world. If you ran into any issues, please write them down in the comments below and I'll do my best to try and help. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye!